Hey guys, I know it's been a while since the last time I uploaded a video. I'm sorry, I had a lot going on and I moved, but now I can focus back on my YouTube channel. Y'all like my hair? I dyed it since the last time I uploaded a video. I think it was red last time. Now I'm blind. Well, the crown. Blinds have more fun. I miss being blind. So today's video is going to be about interviewing, how to be a great interview person and to get that job and to feel confident in going there and get that job that you want. What inspired me to do this video is that they're doing this reorg thing at my job where it's like 2 departments we get to go to choose from, and basically they have to select which candidate they want, but we can't interview for it. And I wish I could interview for it because then I know for a fact I would get the job, but it's okay because I'm going to help somebody be able to interview well and get the job. That's what's going to make me feel good about my situation. Is if somebody was like, you know, your video helped me and I was able to get that job I want, and I went in there and smashed the interview, I'm gonna be like, so the first tips that I'm gonna go, so these interview tips, trust me, they're gonna be some really good tips because not only am I myself a great interviewer, I know how to interview other people. Like I've been on the interview panel before, like done the hiring process, picking a candidate, and I'm confident in my interview skills. I'm probably one of the best interviewers out there. So anyway, my first tips are going to be tips about calming your nerves and how you should physically look. So the first thing I would say is give yourself a pep talk so you can look confident before, like, you know, I've got this. I'm going to go in here and do good. Like literally talk to yourself in the mirror before the interview to like pump yourself up, or have a friend or family member pump you up before the interview. That always helps. And also, you want to dress to impress. So you want to make sure you're sitting up straight, your shoulders back, your head is held high, you're not slouching, looking down. That doesn't come off as confident. If you're going to be having some great confident answers, you want to appear confident too. So that way they're like, wow, not only is this candidate saying some confident things, but their body language is showing it as well. So you want to come off confident. You don't want to come off like you're nervous, so try not to do like shaking your hand, twitch, talk with your hands too much. So what I do is I put both my hands in front of me on the table like this the whole time. Ladies, if you get a fresh manicure, that always looks good, or fellas, just keep them clean. But to have your hands out and nails just sitting on the table like that helps you, so you're not like all over the place with your hands shaking or anything. Just sit them there, smile, and talk. And that's another thing. You want to make sure you smile, but you want to like naturally smile. You want your smile to say, I'm a happy person. Every day I'm going to come into work and I'm going to smile. Not like, I'm just smiling too much. You want to come off like a fun-loving person, or someone that's great to work with, someone who's friendly. That's the kind of smile you want to use. So you want it to seem natural and not too forced. And it's okay. You know what? Take breaks where you're not cheesing, because then if you're cheesing the entire time, it's like, okay. You want it to be natural. So you want to like smile with some of the things that you say or reaction to things that they say. That'll help it be more natural instead of just sitting there the whole time like this. So those are pretty much all of my physical tips. Another thing to calm the nerves too is tell yourself, yes, this is an interview, but I'm just going in here. They're regular people like me. I'm going in here talking to my hopefully future coworkers. I'm just having a conversation. Just tell yourself that so you calm down, like, oh, I'm nervous interview. Just say I'm going in here and I'm going to have a conversation with these people that I look forward to hopefully working with. And I want to show them why I should be able to work with them. Just calm yourself and try not to overthink it so you don't go in there and just blow it. The next thing you want to do is make sure when you're answering questions, don't say too much. Actually, you're not supposed to say you want to try to replace that with a word like yes. So that it sounds better than saying so you kind of want to replace it or just be quiet if you're like forgetting what you're saying. Another thing is you want to like show your personality like the whole time. Just be consistent with showing your personality, but don't be too hyper. But you want to come off like friendly. I even like to always say a joke or make them smile. It's all about making a really good impression. So you never forget how people made you feel. So if someone comes off confident, but they're also very friendly, you have a short little, you like build rapport with them, you make that connection, they're going to remember you. Or that person made me laugh. And make sure the joke is appropriate and like kind of fits the conversation. But that always works for me. And if a pro tip is if you ever like for some reason you did mess up the interview, like it's a train, like it's just going bad, sometimes you can save yourself with showing personality at the end. I've had that help, trust me. Like you can literally be doing bad by accident, like you choke. And then if you like say a joke or laugh or just something to like show personality and get them back engaged, sometimes that'll help save you sometimes. But that's just like worst case scenario. So by the time you have an interview, they already know that you're a good candidate for the job. So yes, you want to talk about your skills and why you're a good candidate for the job, but you also want to show them it's about your character. You want to show them you have good character, because if someone has good character, I want to work with you. I would love to work with you every day if you have a good character. So basically, you want to have answers that show you have a positive mindset and not a negative mindset. So make sure, like, some questions, for example, there's a question, tell me what's your weakness. Now, most people will say, oh, I'm a perfectionist. I don't have any weaknesses. That really is my weakness, that I'm a perfectionist and I just want to do everything right. Don't say that. Everybody says that as the answer to the question. Please don't say that. Like when I was interviewing somebody and I asked that, I'm like, please don't say that answer. Because it's just everyone says that and it's, come on. Nobody falling for that no more. So a good example answer for that question would be like, I would say my weakness would be public speaking, right? I'm being honest, I have a weakness. But what you do is you turn that around into something positive and say, but what I'm doing to work on that is I took a class to help me with practicing my public speaking skills. And so now I do this, that. So you turn it around and say, yes, this is my weakness, but this is what I'm doing to work on it. And so far, these have been the results. So a lot of the questions are like behavioral questions like that. That's really a behavioral question because it's like, let's see what kind of mindset this person has. Are they just going to focus on what the weakness is and just keep saying, yeah, and I don't do this good and I do this good? Or are you going to turn around and say something positive like, what I'm working on is this, and like have a positive attitude? So a lot of those questions have to do with how you think, what type of person you are, your character. So you want to try to use like the STAR method. What the STAR method stands for is situation, task, action, and result. So you want to use that method for every answer, and you want to make sure your answers are like medium length. You don't want it too short and you don't want it too long. One time when I was interviewing someone, their answers were so long to the point where we would forget what question we asked and we were just waiting for the end. Like, please get to the point. Like literally you like, okay, can you come on? We got other people. Like you don't want it to be too long. Now, another thing you want to do is at the end of the interview, make sure you ask questions or even engage in the middle, but ask questions. Even if it's a question like, so what's the culture like around here in this department or in this company? That's actually a really good question to ask, because usually that will make the person that's interviewing you start to subconsciously sell the position and talk about how great the culture is. And basically they kind of reflect that on themselves and start talking about what they might like about the culture or their experience with the culture. And then that turns into like a conversation. And that's a good impression to make, because then the person interviewing you will think like, wow, like this person made a great impression. They even had me talking about not only the culture, but what I think or why I like the culture. So that's definitely, you want to be memorable. You want to make that impression because there's other candidates, and that question always helps. You always want to ask at least 1 or 2 questions at the end. Don't say, oh, I don't have any questions. Just have some type of question, even like what's the culture. Also, you want to send a thank you email, thanking them for their time. Another great pro tip to do at the end of the interview, I know it sounds cliche, but tell them you want the job. Like literally say, thank you guys for your time today. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm really interested in this position, like really interested. So I appreciate you taking the time out to interview me. If there's anything else you need from me, feel free to reach out. I look forward to hopefully speaking to you guys in the future. Let them know you want the job. Like literally say like, I'm really interested in this position. So thank you for, that really says it like, she said she wants this. Like, I know it sounds cliche, but it really does help. So try to use some of those tips the next time that you have an interview. I think I'll make another more in-depth video, but this is like overall. And if these tips work for you, let me know, because it'll make my day to know that I helped somebody. But honestly, you a lethal weapon once you learn how to like really interview. Once you like really take everything in, you realize like it's kind of all the same stuff. It's all the same fundamentals. They're all looking for you to make an impression. They want to see what type of character you have, what kind of professional you are, what kind of person you are to work with. And once you like really understand that, interviewing is a piece of cake. So I hope this helps you guys. Let me know your feedback.